Before we get into the video, I just want to say subscribe and get in the comments below. Let's get it. Chargers take a shellacking to the Houston Texans this Sunday. Oh wow. I have to honestly say this right here was probably the worst Charger game I ever seen since I've been a fan of the Chargers. It hasn't been very long. It's been about, well, you could probably say since LT retired or before. Well.
21.
Let's get into it. The first thing I want to say is the Chargers make no-name players look like stars, man. Make no-name players look like stars, man. I'm telling you, man. It's just something about our team. We just can't capitalize on an opportunity when it's just given to us. Like the Dallas Cowboys used to be before they just started drafting all defense. Maybe that's what we should do. Maybe we should just draft all defense this next draft. Since it's working for the Dallas Cowboys, why can't we do it? First of all, we want to talk about the coaching staff and drafting for depth. You want to draft difference makers. You want to draft for touchdowns, interceptions, and sacks, man. You're not drafting just to fill a spot, Tom Telesco. Please. You got to draft a little bit better, man, because now, even though we have one of the best rosters in the NFL, once our starters go down, we're through. We're finished.
21.
Because we're so reliant on our starters. We're not drafting well enough in the later rounds to get the great corners, safeties, and linebackers that we need to get. Especially defensive tackle, because I think that's really defensive tackle and cornerback is our deepest weakness right now. So when you're drafting, you want to draft potential starters. Every year in every position. Potential starters. The O-line and the D-line have to always be ready to play when we go to away games and all of this, man. Those guys have to be the first ones ready to go. Because those are the guys that are in the trenches. Okay. We lost to an XFL quarterback, man. And I'm going to tell you, the biggest reason we lost in that game was because of tackling. Poor tackling. I say this every time that I do a video. So it's time. This is what you got to do, man. When you're in preseason, you look at the other season before. If you have players on that team that keep constantly making the same mistakes, no matter how good you are with them friendship-wise, you must let them go. If you keep fumbling the ball on the 1 yard line, if you keep dropping passes, if you keep not making tackles in the open field, it's just you and another guy. It's not like you cornerbacks and you safeties, it's not like you guys just started playing football, man. Y'all guys been playing football since you've been in Pop Warner High School, middle school, man. And it's just terrible to see all of this terrible tackling on the Chargers team, man. Now we're going to talk about Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, are you playing like Phillip Rivers out there? Are you playing like Phillip Rivers, Justin Herbert? Really? Tight throws aren't your friend. Just take off running with the ball, man, or throw it out of bounds. Tight throws are not your friend. Throw the ball out of bounds or run. Please, man. Another thing about the defense as well, y'all got to start backpedaling, man. If you don't have a cornerback, if you don't have the cornerbacks to run man on man, man up, you can't run, man, if you don't have the the corners that can cover tightly. Why y'all keep trying to run man when y'all don't have the corners to do that? Zone with zone blitz would be a better scheme for y'all if y'all don't have corners that can go, corners that can cover. It has to be a zone blitz scheme somewhere. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Far as offense go, get better at pre-snap offense. That's the thing. Y'all need to do that. Get better at pre-snap offense, fakes, delays, stuff like that. I just preach this backpedaling stuff for the defense because when you backpedal as corners and safeties, you have more time to see the ball.
21.
If you can cover, it gives you more time. It gives you more time to make an interception when you backpedaling. On defense, it makes perfect sense to me. I've seen Deion Sanders do it his whole career.
21.
Backpedaling, you don't have to do it every play, but when on plays you know that they're about to pass, it might behoove you to start teaching these players to backpedal. And it's just, yes, our offensive play calling has gotten better, but the thing about it is, it's still kind of predictable. Y'all doing fakes and stuff, yeah, I see that. You got to do it all. You got to do screen passes. You got to do play action. You got to combine it all. You got to know, okay, this is how we're going to plan it out. The first half, first 2 quarters, we're going to go heavily to the wide receivers. If that's not working, we're going to go to the tight ends. Then we're going to go to the running backs. This is how y'all have to map out a game plan, man. You have to be like, okay, the first half, we're going to run man defense. If it doesn't work, then we're going to do some kind of zone blitz. Because the corners that y'all have on the depth side of it, I'm not talking about the 3 starters. I'm talking about the depth side. And even Tevin Campbell has to get better. That's the only guy I can name that does a decent enough job on the defense, far as depth-wise. So that tells me there's 2 or 3 more cornerback positions that are not doing well at all. They're just out there. And we have to shore that stuff up. I don't know about this defensive coordinator situation because far as this is an NFL coach. This is how I would approach the game if I was an NFL coach. Yes, I hired a staff. I hired guys that I felt like that could possibly get the job done. But guess what else I did? I added 2 more names in that hat just in case the offensive coordinator don't work. The defensive coordinator don't work. The offensive coordinator don't work. I have 2 more names just in case those guys don't work out. It just has to be like that. If I wanted to be an NFL coach, I know that this opportunity ain't afforded to everyone. So guess what I'm going to do? I got a 3-year contract. And those 3-year contract, I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to get the best people I can get to try to get these guys ready. And I noticed another thing when I was watching football. Somebody on the Detroit Lions team actually watches my channel because, man, I'm telling you, ever since I put out the video about going for it, doing the special teams play when it's time to punt the ball, they just throw it now. Or they run it. They don't even care anymore on special teams. I know someone was watching this channel because they've been doing it ever since. And I love that from that Detroit Lions. I actually believe that Detroit Lions team, that staff actually deserve another chance, even though they only won 3 games out of 15, 14, 16, I mean, man, those guys are playing hard. Those are the most contested losses I ever seen in my life. Anthony Lynn is actually doing a pretty good job out there. He also told Jared Goff about the pace situation, because I see Jared Goff also playing with a whole lot better pace now, like Justin Herbert had continued to do after the Steelers game. But the Chargers always go against things that's working. I don't know what's up with that, man. I feel like Tom Telesco, this next year, with you having all this money, man, it's gonna be a telltale about you, man. We're gonna see if you're able to put together a Super Bowl winning team. To me, I'm going to sign everybody I can along the defensive side and the offensive line, because we already got everything else. Those corners, I mean those running backs that we have, I don't know about them. Get in the comments below. Let me know how you feel about my video.